Karen had always thought of herself as the guardian of order in the neighborhood, a self-appointed sheriff armed with HOA bylaws instead of a badge. The residents whispered, "HOA Karen," behind her back, but she wore the title like armor. She believed she saw everything, knew everything, and controlled everything. So when she walked past House 47 and noticed the blinds slightly misaligned and a faint, unfamiliar blue glow pulsing from inside, she decided it was her duty, no, her obligation, to investigate. The homeowner, Detective Rylan Cross, had moved in only 2 months ago and kept mostly to himself. That alone made Karen suspicious. Anyone who wasn't eager to attend the weekly community meetings or bake sale fundraisers was, in her eyes, someone hiding something. She'd knocked on his door many times, always leaving HOA notices taped aggressively across the glass. He never answered. And that silence had festered in her imagination until it became certainty. He must be breaking the rules. On this particular afternoon, she paused at his window, squinting through the sliver of light. The blue glow flickered like deep ocean water under moonlight. A strange hum vibrated faintly through the wall, almost like the house was breathing. Karen's lips thinned. Whatever he was doing in there was clearly not allowed. No one was permitted to install unauthorized electrical modifications, according to Section 4.2 of the HOA Handbook. And she knew the rules better than anyone. Without hesitation, without even glancing around to see if anyone was watching, she tried his front door. To her delight, the knob clicked and turned. Poor man, she thought smugly. Didn't even lock his door. Another violation. She stepped into the house with the confidence of someone who truly believed the universe backed her decisions. The interior was dim, shadows stretching oddly along the walls as if the light source wasn't behaving normally. The air felt charged, sparking against her skin. She took another step and heard something shift, mechanical, soft, but purposeful. A slow hum rolled through the room, deeper now, resonating in her bones. Karen frowned, convinced it was some sort of illegal generator. Maybe even a hidden workshop. She imagined finds. Lots of them. The floor under her foot vibrated like a heartbeat. She froze. The blue glow intensified, spilling over her shoes, painting her hands in bioluminescent color. She glanced around, suddenly less sure of herself, but her pride shoved aside any hint of fear. "Hello," she called, voice sharp. "You are in violation of HOA code." A metallic click echoed through the room. Not from a device she could see but from somewhere deeper, like the house itself was locking into a new mode. The living room door behind her slid shut with a soft hiss that made her flinch. Karen spun around and grabbed the handle, twisting, pulling, pushing, nothing. The door didn't budge. She forced a laugh. This wasn't frightening. This was ridiculous. "I'm conducting official HOA business," she muttered to the empty room like it owed her an explanation. "I have full authority to inspect any suspicious property." But the house answered her with another sound, this one a chime, like a digital heartbeat registering her presence. The blue glow spiraled up the walls, forming faint, shifting patterns. Lines, symbols, shapes she didn't recognize. The hum beneath her feet grew louder, almost curious. Karen stepped back, chest tightening in a way she refused to call fear. "What kind of illegal tech is this?" she whispered, trying to steady her breath. And then she made the mistake that sealed her fate. She walked deeper into the house. Behind her, unseen, a small lens embedded in the ceiling rotated and focused on her. It scanned her with a thin, red line, marking her presence, her location, her status. Karen moved cautiously through the living room, each step pressing deeper into a space that felt less and less like a normal home. The blue glow she'd seen from outside wasn't coming from a lamp or a screen. It radiated from a device sitting on a pedestal in the center of the room. Its surface shifted like liquid metal, rippling with pulses of neon light. It looked alive, aware, almost waiting. She approached it with a scoff, though her heartbeat was slipping out of her control. "Probably some illegal smart home system," she muttered. "These modern gadgets always break HOA noise codes." But even as she said it, the device seemed to lift slightly, suspended an inch above the pedestal. The metal surface turned transparent and revealed swirling constellations inside, miniature galaxies rotating in impossible slow motion. Karen blinked hard. "Projector, must be a projector," she insisted, her voice thinning. The hum in the room deepened. The symbols on the walls brightened and slithered toward the device like streams of light being absorbed. The air thickened, dense with static, tugging at her hair and clothing. She reached out her hand, driven by a mix of curiosity and arrogance, and lightly touched the metallic surface. The room reacted instantly. A pulse of energy rushed outward, rippling across the walls and floor. The device opened like an iris, revealing a blazing sphere inside, an orb of light containing floating fragments of images. Quick flashes of unfamiliar worlds, cities suspended in the sky, armored beings with glowing visors, starships drifting across galaxies. Karen stumbled back, her breath caught in her throat. None of it looked digital. None of it looked fake. The device projected a small hologram in front of her, three-dimensional, sharp, and unmistakably real. It displayed her silhouette outlined in red with a pulsing label above it, unauthorized presence. She gasped and waved her hands, trying to shoo the hologram away like a bug. It didn't move. Instead, it shifted to a new screen, a rotating badge, metallic and engraved with alien markings. At the center of the badge was a symbol she had never seen but instinctively feared, a triangular insignia surrounded by orbiting rings. What is this?" Karen whispered. The orb responded. A voice, calm, mechanical, and clearly not human, echoed through the room. Temporal surveillance core activated. Security breach detected. Initiating containment protocol. Karen froze. Containment protocol. No, this is someone's weird home system. Stop. Cancel. The house didn't speak again, but the environment changed. Panels slid silently out from the walls, forming patterns that glowed with shifting light. The floor beneath her formed faint grid lines, scanning her warmth, her weight, her movement. Her skin tingled as if tiny sparks crawled over her body. She backed up until she hit a wall that hadn't been there moments ago. The architecture wasn't just high-tech. It was alive, rearranging itself in front of her eyes. This was no smart home gadget. No consumer tech. This was something else entirely, something she had no framework for. She looked back at the floating orb, her voice breaking. What did he bring into this neighborhood? What kind of illegal alien junk is this? The device responded by shifting its hologram to a new image, a man's face, Rylan Cross. But not the quiet homeowner she thought she knew. This version wore a uniform with the same impossible insignia from before. His eyes glowed faintly with tech implants. Under his image, a title flickered. Temporal Enforcement Officer, Level 7 clearance. Karen's mouth fell open, the room spinning slightly around her. A cop. He was a cop. But not the kind she understood, not anything remotely close. And she had trespassed into his home. The orb dimmed, then glowed brighter, locking onto her with a piercing blue beam. Security alert,